Dun-dun-dun-dun. I have nothing better to do other than. Huh? Wait. It's video time now. I have nothing better to do other than. Oh, yeah. So we're gonna do what if Algeria formed an empire? Now I'm actually gonna have NATO in this. So like all of them are gonna be NATO. Like just Europe. We first see them go off to Tunisia and Libya. Don't know how strong. I'm just gonna buff Algeria. Let's just say Tunisia dies. I think Chipotle. I think that's what their capital name is. The area where it is just gets captured within a day or two, considering it's like right at the border. So they just begin invading in random directions. They eventually meet up here and here. Then they go here, 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 and eventually they cut this section off, all southern, and then all of here, and then they die. What do they do? That's right, full annexation. I think with puppet states, actually, let me just quickly make a new color. Wait, don't I? Oh, thank God I do. Then what did they do? That is the wrong layer. They decided to go after these three. And I believe like 90% of these countries' lands are, what's it called? Oh, just the desert. And I think there's a separatist movement in Mali, I think that is, which should immediately break away. I'm just gonna color it in a darker color just so it's easier to see. Then they begin invading down into Nigeria and into Chad. And eventually Nigeria decides to surrender, Chad dies, and the rest of Mali falls over to the rebels. Also, an air invasion happens and they die. And I have a reason. The first thing we see is the rebels get independence. But also have some land taken out of them. So in the end they look something like this. Damn it! Anyways, we see here, here, and here get fully annexed. And this section, they all actually unite. Forming the South Saharan Union. And we see an alliance happen. And I know I forgot to do Sudan, but South Sudan and Sudan are in it, so yay! Chad, actually just all of like the the East African Federation join. We see Ethiopia join and Somalia joins. But we don't see Egypt join, which is a bit bad for them because they're gonna die. We see them instantly take like just all of the northern coast, and they begin going down the Nile. Eventually they manage to capture Cairo, and they begin going in all directions, eventually splitting the country into quarters, then into eights. Then eventually each eighth decides to just surrender. And what happens? Puppet State! Okay, that's a bit hard to notice, but since there's red and there's a board, I'm just gonna say it's that. Oh! We actually see a couple of allies. The 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 Marlin rebels, Mauritania, Nigeria. I guess Saudi Arabia and Western Sahara. Obviously, like my favorite color, blue gray. Hey, there isn't anything. There isn't an everything grey. I like how periwinkle is like grey periwinkle, indigo. I mean, grey periwinkle, indigo. But, anyways, we see them invade just all of the eastern coast. And we see them also decide to invade this country. This country is mainly just desert, so they almost instantly capitulate. These three instantly fall. This general area falls. Well, this section is a tiny bit harder because troops from all of the other countries go here, which makes it a bit harder to invade, but still kind of hard. I mean, still kind of easy because they just, in about a month or two, they will capitulate. I'm gonna quickly get rid of these borders just so that I can like evenly divide them. You see, Algeria get all of this section. Actually, no, I'd say it expands down to here, considering they started the attack on everyone. Oh. The rebels take this amount of land. The Nigerians go up to here. Then the rest goes to Mauritania. I forgot about Saudi Arabia. Now, there isn't really anywhere else to expand. They could expand into Morocco, but they're US protected. And also, probably, therefore, also NATO protected. They could invade here, so they decided to do that. They decided to invade into just the Middle East, sort of in general. And I'm gonna get rid of these borders just so it's easier, considering these borders are quite dense. Saudi Arabian and Egyptian forces go into like where Israel, Jordan, where all that area is, and within about a week or two they managed to take it over. But this isn't just Egyptian and Saudi Arabian troops. This is Algerian troops, Mauritanian troops, Nigerian troops, West Saharan troops, rebel troops, and after a while they just capitulate. We actually see something sort of interesting happen. You see them. Oh no. No! See them take this amount of land. Because the rest of the land's going to be a bit. Oh yeah, by the way, let's just say they invaded them. I've just forgot to include them. The rest is going to be a bit interesting. They expand their Egyptian one to here. And then they take up to here. The rest gets turned into another puppet. Anyways, now they basically don't have anywhere else to go. So there's one last spot, apart from Morocco, but they're not gonna risk it. But we see another group decide to join. I'm kidding, that does not really happen. But this does. Chad instantly falls. Cameroon and Central African Republic instantly fall. And we begin to see Egyptian troops move into Sudan. I know I forgot about this border, but I do not care. A spearhead to cut the country in half happens, and I don't actually know where the Sudanese capital is, so yeah. They reach here, split in half, oh, and begin to cut the country, or sections of the country in half. Eventually doing this, and then eventually each part decides to die. Except that, except that little pixel, what they just instantly kaboom. The eastern section falls, and an Ethiopian invasion goes incredibly well. Somalia implodes. These guys die, and the Dominican Republic of the Congo, the DRC, they know they're dead, so they decide to just not. Actually, just so I know what countries were in it and what weren't, just gonna color it in like this. First thing we see is a Sudanese take. So now Sudan is now Algerian Sudan. Let me just quickly do with the puppets. Somalia, South Sudan, Cameroon, and a, and a large puppet over here. I know they could technically be made into one puppet, but I say no. We see an Ethiopian annexation and a Chad and Central African Republic one. So, oh. And considering no one wants over here, the Dominican Republic decides to annex their neighbours. So I'm gonna colour in blue what they are. They are this, and in the light blue are all their puppets. That's a big country, boy. Anyways, it's thumbnail time. I'm gonna colour them in purple because I can. A dark, deep purpley. Does it? No, I don't think it does. Whee! Yahoo!